Bigsworth Isle is a magical place. There are big, beautiful, empty fields to see, lovely lakes to swim around in, and towns full of the friendliest people you could meet. Of course, that's not what it's most known for. No, they come here for the transportation. It has the only railway that primarily uses steam as its main form of traction in America. That itself would be noteworthy, but what really sets this railway apart are the types of locos that are in use. While some were American, as you expect, the majority of them were British. On top of that, there were engines from Germany, Italy, and all over the world. But it's not just the railway that has interesting motive power. There's also the steam tugs, traction engines, and steam rollers, the high-tech airport, and much, much more. And with an island that seems to be perfect, it would only mean someone would try to take advantage of it.
The train for its type is the most powerful vehicle on land. And the main controller and his engines are the power behind the docks, industries, and branch lines that make up the BTC. These are their stories.
It was the end of another busy day, but there was still one job to do. Unfortunately, Emilie was the only one in the shed, so she got it. It was a simple job, taking some engineering parts to Rockport. But of course, not everything is so simple.
Well, look who it is.
Jay called as she arrived at the docks.
The Empress decides to come out of her palace and grace us with her presence.
Yeah!
Joseph added.
Need some peasants to fill with coal.
I run on oil first off, and second I'm here to deliver these supplies for your construction job.
I see. Well, you can take it to the old refinery docks, if that's not too much for your highness.
Emilie had just about enough of these two, and was just about to tell them just what she thought, when Biggie puffed up.
All right, that's enough, you two. We don't need to get the dock manager involved here, do we?
Both Diesels quickly scurried away at this threat. Biggie then turned her attention to his sister.
You shouldn't let their worst get to you. You and I both know that you do more for this railway than they will ever know.
I know. It's just, I built this railway, Suddit. They should treat me better.
I did too, and they treat me just as badly. You just have to roll with the punches.
I guess. Let's just deliver this stuff and go.
And with that, the two puffed over to the old refinery docks. Once there, Emilie uncoupled from the train and went on the turntable, where she could have sworn she saw an engine hiding in the shed.
I wonder.
She slowly puffed forward when...
You come in.
Yeah, just a sec.
And she got back on the turntable and turned around.
Sorry, I thought I saw something back there.
It's fine, now let's go.
And with the two headed back to Springtown, but not before bumping into a certain rainbow tank engine.
Hi, guys.
Oh, hello, Madeline. Haven't seen you for a while. What brings you to this neck of the island?
Picking up supplies for the mountain branch, since I'm the only engine there now.
That's right. I forgot Gregsby retired to the museum. So surprised he decided to do it.
Well, he thought it was time to go, and I was a good successor. Anyways, must be off. Good night, you two.
Good night.
Both Biggie and Emilie said before all three departed their separate ways. Later that night, an engine puffed out of the refinery shed and inspected the train.
This looks right what I'm after.
She said before coupling up to the back of the train and taking it into the night. The next morning, Jane and Joseph arrived at the dock to find no train.
Hey, didn't we tell Emilie to bring the train here?
Yeah! Think someone might have moved it already.
No, they would have told us. I think we have to talk to old Mr. Blow. Hey, Blue Stack, is your sister dumb or something?
Biggie raised an eyebrow.
I beg your pardon.
Yeah, her train is not where we told her to drop it.
Well, maybe you should look again. You might have missed it with your intelligence.
You calling us dumb?
I don't know. You tell me.
Why, I oughta.
All right, that's enough.
All three engines turned around to see the big controller.
Why don't you two go back to work?
Yes, sir.
Joseph said, and the two oiled away.
Sorry about that, sir.
That's all right, Biggie. I know about their attitude.
May I ask what you were doing here?
The same reason they decided to talk you the missing train. I had a call of it being missing and asked Emilie about it. She said you were with her dropping it off. I assume you didn't see anything.
No, sir.
And I'm afraid we might have a situation.
Well, what do we do, sir?
Well, I've assigned Emilie to another job. I'll start asking some dock workers. We need to keep this on the down low.
All right, sir.
And with that, Biggie puffed away, unsure of what to think. Later, Emilie was at her new temporary job, the electric branch. There was a shortage of power on it, so until new engines could be built, extra power from across the railway would come and help. She didn't have the chance to talk to the engines on the branch, but it would be forced upon her when two of the electric engines, Elena and Ella, stopped at Grildane where she was resting in the shed.
Hey, Emilie!
Ellen began.
Word on the wire is that you lost the train.
Ella finished the way the electric engines often do.
Oh, of course you lot would know that. With your hive mind.
I don't have a hive mind, and I heard a rumor
Madeline said, stopping in an opposite berth.
Yeah, and what's that?
that you lost a train.
You electrics don't lost time, do you? No.
Both engines said at the same time. Just then Biggie came up and stopped in front of Madeline.
Rumors are their specialty.
We weren't only trained to help. After all, the more people know about it, the sooner that you'll be in the clear. But I am clear. Get that clear.
Just then Harrison rushed by with the purple storm.
Temper, temper.
I'll shove it up your air intake.
Okay, let's try to keep things civil. Emilie, the big controller's got another job for you. Unfortunately, it's more work at Rockport.
Now that's the last thing I need.
Now are you sure know where to take this, don't you?
Alfred asked Emilie with a train of china clay to take to Vixtown. Jody chuckled.
Maybe we should give her a shot for one. She takes it somewhere, and it disappears. I heard you could make a fortune selling trains on the side.
Are you saying I'm a crook?
Perhaps. Strange how ordinary people can suddenly turn criminals. Oh,
It's the evil inside that suddenly comes out, shoot.
I built this railway. Why would I steal from it?
Like we say, ordinary people.
Emilie had had enough and puffed away. Things didn't get much better for Emilie. It seemed no matter where she went, someone would mention lost trains or people turning over to evil. She had hoped to have a lovely night with Emerald, but that wouldn't be the case.
And all the evil stares. That had to be the worst. You believe I'm innocent, right?
Yeah, babe. I believe you. I lose my coaches all the time. Although, if you were the thief, can we escape to Fiji? I want to rub it in Holy Blue's face.
But before Emerald could finish, Emilie puffed away.
I was just speaking hypothetically.
Emerald tried to defend herself, but Emilie was already out of earshot. Emerald then looked around to see all the other engines in the shed staring at her.
What are you looking at?
She yelled before they all looked away. Emerald just sighed and slipped back into her berth. Meanwhile, at Hazel's shed, it was almost the same story.
We need to bring her to justice.
Hazel, she's my sister. And if she was, I would still defend her. Now, Calvin, we please talk about something else.
I guess.
Thank you. So I heard you were going to Pun next month.
Yeah. Well, you know, standard realtor stuff. Promoting the railway and that.
She explained before muttering.
Still a railway left.
And like Emilie before her, he puffed away angrily. Later that night, Madeline couldn't sleep no matter how hard she tried. She just couldn't, and the local pub's band was not helping, so she decided to mosey down the line. She had made herself to the island when suddenly she saw another engine on her path.
Out here.
The engine yelled. Madeline screamed and shut her eyes before applying the brakes. When she opened them again, the engine was gone. At first she was confused. Then she saw she stopped right in front of the switch for the other line.
That must be the thief. Oh, I must find her.
And with that, Madeline reversed to hunt down the thief. Meanwhile, Biggie had made his way down the line to Springtown, where he planned to now spend the night. At the station, he saw Emilie moping. He had a feeling he knew why, so he puffed alongside.
Hey,
Hey,
girlfriend's got you mad.
she wanted me to take her to Fiji.
Mine wanted me to take you in. You know, at least we have each other.
I guess you believe I didn't do it, right?
Of course. You and I built this railway. Why would you decide to steal from it now?
That's what I said. When will people learn?
When they are proven wrong, at least most of the time. You just wait and see.
I guess.
And with that, the two fell asleep. The next day, Tua awoke to see the big controller,
Seems you two had a row night.
Yes, sir.
and he explained what happened.
I see. Well, I'm glad to say I have a plan too.
But the big control was interrupted by a whistle. Seconds later, this came screeching in.
Sir, I saw it!
All right, slow down, Liz. What did you see?
I saw who is stealing the train